Imagine being famous for decades and suddenly, one photo sparks anger from everyone. Even adults say it is too much. That is exactly what happened with Valerie Leon. But why did a few pictures cause so much trouble? Let us find out. Valerie Leon is a British actress. She became famous in the 1960s and 1970s. She acted in James Bond movies and many television shows. People loved her because she could be funny, smart, and charming on screen. But apart from acting, Valerie also posed for photos in magazines. These were sometimes glamorous, sometimes a little daring, and that is where the controversy starts. Even though she was an adult and fully grown, some of her bikini pictures were called too bold for anyone to see. People said it was shocking because of how revealing the photos were. So, what made these pictures different from regular magazine photos? In the 1970s, showing skin in photos was not unusual for movies or magazines. But Valerie's pictures were more revealing than what most people were used to. The style, the pose, and the camera angles made the photos stand out, and not everyone liked it. Some adults even said the pictures were inappropriate. Remember, this was before the internet, so these photos were shared in printed magazines and seen by families. Some people felt it was too much for regular readers to handle. Imagine this. A photo meant to celebrate beauty becomes a topic of serious debate. Some fans defended Valerie, saying she was confident and free-spirited. Others criticized the magazines for showing too much. It is a classic example of how public opinion can split over the same image. So, how did Valerie react? From what we know, she stayed calm. She never apologized for being herself or for modeling. Valerie believed she was just doing her job and expressing confidence. Many actors and models in her era faced the same criticism. But Valerie stood out because she did not let the controversy stop her from continuing her career. She kept acting in films, television, and even stage shows. This is important because it shows how society reacts differently depending on the time period. What seems normal today might have been shocking decades ago. Valerie's photos remind us that standards change over time, and not everyone adjusts at the same speed. After the photos were released, people argued everywhere, in magazine letters, in newspapers, and even on television talk shows. Some people said adults should not look at such pictures. Others said it is art or fashion. Even today, people debate Valerie Leon's photos. Some think she was bold, others say the photos were unnecessary. But one thing is clear. The photos left a lasting impression. They made people talk, argue, and question what is acceptable in media. Controversy can sometimes make someone more famous, and for Valerie, that might have been true. Her movies and shows are still remembered, and these photos are part of her story. Why do we still talk about Valerie Leon's photos decades later? It is not just because they were bold. It is because they show how different generations view women, beauty, and media. Back then, many thought adults should not see revealing photos. Today, people see them as part of history, a glimpse into how magazines and movies worked in the 1970s. The controversy makes the story memorable. Without the outrage, the photos might have been forgotten. In other words, these pictures became famous not just for how they looked, but for how people reacted to them. Valerie Leon's bikini photos sparked anger, curiosity, and debate. Some thought they were too bold, even for adults. Others celebrated her confidence and style. But one thing is certain. These photos are part of her legacy. Her story reminds us that society's ideas about what is acceptable can change, and people will always have strong opinions about what they see. Whether one thinks the photos were bold or over the top, there is no denying they made history. So next time someone talks about old magazine photos, remember Valerie Leon, the actress who sparked a conversation that has not stopped, even decades later. Do you think Valerie Leon's photos were too bold, or was the reaction too extreme? Comment your thoughts below.